Alrighty, YouTube. We're here today. I bought this car almost a year ago, and it had a ticking noise. Everyone who owns a BMW knows that they're notorious for the lifters on them collapsing. So I've been tearing this thing down for about 2 months now. Spent a lot of time in it, a lot of money, and I ran into probably a mechanic's worst nightmare in real life. I came over here and pulled the oil filter out. Yeah, pretty gross. To any naked eye, someone knows that that's pretty nasty. Any real mechanic knows, if it'll focus, shouldn't have sparkly metal shavings in your oil. As you see, my hand is completely covered. Yeah, really gross. I drained the oil out of it, and it really didn't look that bad. There was a couple spots that alarmed me, but it really wasn't that bad. By further inspection, the engine's pretty grummy. There's oil down in the valve cover galleys. That's not good. So that means my valve cover gaskets are bad and leaking oil. As I can see by the entire engine, it's just covered everywhere. Well, that wasn't so much a problem. A little degreaser and a couple head valve cover gaskets and some lifters. I was looking at about $700 to $1,000 to fix this engine. I was willing to put that in. I'm still willing to fix the car, but I'm starting to get away from the idea of fixing this engine. So, reason is, I took all the contents out, and that's not oil. That right there is all metal. Bearing material, whatever, came out of that engine. There's even a pretty good piece right there. Yeah, that's not good. Probably a good tablespoonful of just metal shavings. Not good at all. That came out of the oil filter. And yeah, pretty gross. So, let's see if I can get this glove off without ruining the video. There we go. Pretty gross. So now I'm stuck with, what am I to do? Well, I could always go with a junkyard engine, which more than likely case is I'm going to come into this again. A lot of these problems I have with this engine are notorious problems for engines, and for this car anyways. The 4.4 liter, I think it's the E46 or whatever, don't hold me to that, but this engine is notorious for a lot of problems, a lot of issues. But the car is still in immaculate condition. Not a bit of problem to it. Interior's all really nice. Of course, I got all my spare parts in the back seat. Go me. But I'm really stuck as to what I'm to do with this. And I don't know. I might look into seeing how much it'll cost to just pull the engine out and send it to a dealership certified mechanic that will rebuild it for me, then put it back in the car. That's going to cost a lot of money, though. However, it's still going to cost a lot of money getting all the parts I need to do a complete engine rebuild. It's also a lot of time, and I'm kind of limited to space. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, that's gross. Anyways, that's all I got. If you buy a BMW, check the oil filter before you buy it. If I would have checked the oil filter before buying this car, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I'll be honest. I was looking at putting close to $1,000 in it, and now it could be anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 if I were to do it myself. If I pay someone else to do it, it could become more than what the car's worth. So, I don't know. I really don't. Shoo-wee. If any of y'all have suggestions or maybe an idea of where someone who has a BMW M62 4.4 liter, or because I want it to be a V8, that's out of the question. I'm not going to put an inline in this car. If it was a two-door, it was a lighter car, I would consider it. But this is a four-door sedan. It needs the V8 for it to be back to its former glory. Now, there are videos of people who take their BMWs and put LS crate motors in them. Now, I'm probably going to look into what I got to do that, because a crate LS is a lot cheaper than a 4.4 BMW engine. And it's just a lot more reliable. On top of that, it's not going to take up as much space. A 427 cubic inch LSX itself would still take up less space than this 4.4 liter. But I don't know. If y'all have any ideas or suggestions, thoughts, feel free to put them in the comments section. Yeah, this is a mess. But it is what it is. You can't win them all. I bought the car itself for, I think, it's like $380. Right? Big steal. Then I've probably put close to $400 in it after that. And just buying parts, just getting ready for putting in the valve cover, gaskets, lifters, and all that good shit. But yeah, engine's getting pulled. Not sure it's going back in the car. I guess that's it for today. I guess that's it for this video as well. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be back on this here within a few days to get this engine out. And at that point, I can really start tearing it down, seeing how bad the inside is. By the looks of the oil filter, it's not going to be pretty. you guys should really look forward to that teardown build, just seeing how bad it is. Also, it'll be very detailed teardown, probably be in several parts. There's a lot of people that have these cars, but there's not a lot of videos on YouTube of detailed teardowns. They're all time-lapsed and not really very good details of what you're going to encounter tearing this thing apart. I wouldn't call this a how-to by any means. You're going to have to do that yourself, but this is going to show what I'm going to go through with this engine. How it's going to pan out for me, I don't know, but odds are this engine's not going back in this car, which is a shame. I really do love this car. I love the engine. I love the way it drove. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Anyways, leave a comment. Leave your suggestions. Whatever. I'll get to them all. Not sure how many videos this, or how many views this video will get, but anyways, that's it for today. I'll see y'all in a few days when I go to pull this thing out of the car.